Loving the Skin I'm In. Well, actually, I think this is the first one.
This is the first hour.
Okay,
we did the Donovan
hour.
Sadiq show.
The first hour of Loving the Skin I'm In. Of course, I'm Demetra K. And I'm here with Donovan hiding his hand. What's wrong? Rocks and hiding his hand.
You damn right.
Because he's always starting trouble somewhere. And you'll see the video and you'll hear the podcast where we have a special guest, Mr. Al Jackson, who happens to be my man. He is sitting in.
Yes, just don't throw no rocks at my skin because I
Just
easily
duck.
bruise.
Yes, just duck.
It'll take a long time for the skin to come
And
back.
he loves his skin.
Yes. You know, for a long time we used to think that Al was like Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Why?
You know, remember like in the Sesame Street?
Yeah.
They talked about it, but they never saw him.
Oh, got it. Well, voila. He exists. See,
Yes.
Y'all, I almost called y'all the N-word.
Yeah.
But y'all watch too much TV.
You gotta-
I didn't get all of that from Mr. Snuffleupagus.
You don't remember that?
They kept him a secret
Yeah,
for a long
for a long
time.
time.
Well,
And
how
then-
the hell did I know what he looked like?
Because he was a big ass elephant.
Yeah, okay.
Mammoth, a woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
It's a woolly mammoth.
Hey, big
And nobody
bird.
saw him but Big Bird.
I just never really got that deep into it. Like
See,
that.
that's because you didn't watch enough Sesame Street. That's where I learned,
I did,
phonics
but,
and.
Brought to you by the
Yes.
Public Broadcast.
I watch TV with my mom and dad. Is like, get your ass up and go do something.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right. So why are we here today? Well, I'll tell you.
Because we're doing a show. That's why we're
Yeah.
Right.
doing a show.
But there's a reason why we're doing this show today.
Okay.
And as always, I like to say, we do this show to promote understanding and talk about the issues that go on in the black community, not to be disrespectful to anyone, not even be disrespectful to ourselves. We want to become better than we are because we know we're capable of doing that. And for anybody who is not black who is listening, please do not take this as an attack on you. Anytime somebody is speaking of black empowerment, it has nothing to do with hating white people. So if that's what you're getting from this, you're getting the wrong message. There's nothing we can do about it. Now let me get on to what I have to say.
All right.
All
Preach,
right.
sister, preach.
Amen.
Lord. All right, so the topic that I have is teach your children to value themselves enough to stand up to white supremacy and how to do that. And so I'll give you a little background as to why I picked this topic today. My daughter, as I talk about, is away in college getting her education. She has, or I would just go ahead and say, a very racist professor. Oh, I know, shocking,
Dun, dun, dun,
right?
dun.
At a liberal college
yes,
where liberalism is taught in most of our major colleges, and you tell
don't
me
be confused, brother. They are under the mask of being liberal, but there's a lot of people who don't like your black ass and have no problem letting you know this.
and they're secretly Trump supporters.
Yeah, and some of them are out in the open.
Sure.
And so she has this professor. It's a communications course, and she is the only black woman in the class. And she says that a lot of the other black students are dropping. Well, she says she tries to raise her hand and raise issues and questions, and the teacher has, been indifferent to those ideas.
Is there a reason why the black kids are dropping this course?
I know now why. I know why now.
But
Because the teachers don't love the skin
No,
they're in.
no. Well, yeah, that's obvious. But the thing is that what we teach our kids when the going gets tough? You just run away from it.
That's why we're here today.
Okay.
And so basically, the teacher felt like she needed to have a conversation, a one-on-one with my daughter. Brought her to the classroom.
Which we got on tape.
Right, yes. My daughter was smart enough to record it. Obviously, it's inadmissible because she would tell the teacher.
Yeah.
But she recorded for her own purposes. And basically, I'm paraphrasing this long conversation. The teacher basically said, nigga. She didn't say that.
No.
I'm glad she
She
did.
basically said that because I'd have been on the next flight. She basically said, nigga, I need you not to have an opinion in my class. I need you to allow me to say any and everything to you, even if it's to cut you off and tell you that your ideas are not good. I need you to be able to take that and not question my authority because I'm over you. She told her, I'm getting to the point. She told her that I've been a professor for 40 years. She went into my daughter's background and said, you come from San Bernardino. We don't come from San Bernardino, but she did go to both her schools out there before she went to San Francisco. And I don't know how they do things here, but here we don't do things like that. And I'm going to report you to the code of conduct for being rude to me and all this. So basically, she tried to paint her as this angry black woman. That was a big mistake for her.
Well, one question. She said she's been in teaching for 40 years. So how old is this instructor?
She's got to be old. She probably came off at the tail end of Jim Crow.
So what I'm saying is, she's in her 60s? Do you think?
At least. She sound well. You heard her. You figure she's been teaching for 40 years. You figure you get done with your degree.
I wouldn't call that teaching.
Yeah, so I would say she's about 62.
In her 60s. She's probably 65.
So she's probably, thinking because Trump is in office, the good old days are back.
Right. And so...
yeah, she needs to be fired.
Well, but the question is, how many kids, or to us they're kids, but how many students has she done that to? Mm-hmm. How many is she doing it to now? And how many will she continue to do it to unless somebody stands up to her, which is what my daughter ended up doing. My daughter refuted her points quite eloquently, I must say. Mm-hmm. And, basically the lady was like, well, if you don't stop, and I'm going to paraphrase, if you don't let me continue to break you as they did in slavery, break the buck, then I'm going to report you and they're to code of conduct, and then you'll be out of here, is what she said to her.
She probably didn't want her there to begin with.
Well, isn't True. College a place where you're supposed to express ideas, express yourself, and communicate different opinions? You're
supposed to, but if you have somebody who is racist and feel like I need to be over you opposed to teaching you, if their objective is to subjugate you, then that's not what you're going there to do. You're going there to take it and be ruled over.
Okay, so let me ask you this: as a mother, as a black mother, African American. No, you're a black mother.
I'm black and proud.
Yeah, as a black mother, did you do the stereotypical black thing? Go, bitch! I'm coming up on the next plane. I'll be up there with that bitch's ass. I'm doing it. Hold my cornrow. Hold my weave.
I must say that I didn't, because y'all know me.
Yes.
So y'all think I'm passionate. I was very passionate. I had a few choice words. However,
no wonder I didn't hear from you yesterday. Trying to get this woman to tell her to be on time for the show. Okay, she can't pick up the phone.
I will say that when my daughter called, I couldn't understand anything she said because she was upset, and so I told her, listen, I don't know what just happened to you, but I need you to calm down. So when she finally calmed down,
that's what I hate about you, D. You're always so logical.
Well, because I don't know, somebody just hit you or did something. So by the time you get through crying for 20 minutes, I need to be able to get to the bottom of it.
Did she contact Uncle Jeremiah and Uncle Walter?
Well, Walter, he's probably like,
this was so
racism
serious.
Racism doesn't exist.
Yes, it's all about the green.
This was so serious for her when she played it back for the second time to let me hear it. You can see the tear right there.
No, I wasn't.
That's how bad it got.
I was upset. Yeah, well, because Deanna's 25, or she's almost 25, so she can handle herself, but it's never, because I've been through, we've all been through, well, you say you've never experienced racism.
I've never experienced it.
Until you went to the VA.
Yeah, you don't want to go there. But they send you on a whirlwind.
But then you have experienced racism.
Yes.
And so you would think now in 2017, like, damn.
We're still doing it.
Yeah, surely things have gotten a little better, but then here she is, my child, telling me that.
In
and
Frisco,
I heard it for myself.
of all places.
And I think when stuff happens to you or people tell you the story, you're like, not sure.
Yeah.
Put a little bit on
it.
But to hear it is like, no, she was telling the truth. This lady she was racist. She stereotyped her as this angry black woman. She intimidated her by saying, I have 40 years experience. I sit on all these boards.
And what does being from San Bernardino, where you're from, it's not where you're from, it's where you're going.
Right. Well, she everybody knows San Bernardino has some socio-economical issues. And so
of course it is.
She's basically saying, aha, that makes sense why you're such an unruly nigga in my class.
Do you think that that lady was probably jealous of Deanna?
You know what? I think that's always at the base or somewhere within the confines or the context of the conversation when it comes to some, I won't say all, but some white women when they try to subjugate black women. You guys know I worked at a bank, and I was transferred to 2 different banks, and at each bank I had a white woman on my ass for no reason at all. In fact, the last branch I was at, I was fired by a white woman, and she could not give me an answer. So when I went and got my unemployment, the unemployment lady said, "If you didn't steal, you weren't rude to customers, I didn't do any of those things." She says, "If you're telling me the truth, when I interview this lady and she can't give me a good reason as to why she fired you, she says they're paying a higher tax bracket, and I'm going to fine them." And she came back. She said, "You know what? She couldn't tell me why she fired you." I said, "I told you she wasn't." So yeah, there's always some jealousy at the end of that. I didn't even know these ladies from a hole in the wall. So is the professor jealous of Deanna? She probably is. She doesn't want Deanna to have an opinion.
Right.
She called her strong-willed.
Well, it's always funny that when you're a black person and you have self-esteem, they take that. It's like when people say I'm very arrogant.
Right. What were you supposed to be?
No, but I'm confident. I flew airplanes. As a pilot, you're supposed to be confident. No matter what the absolute, there's a thunderstorm. I don't think we're going to make it. Do you want to fly with me? No. You know what I mean? So we're trained that way. So,
right.
so when you know self and things like that, it's just funny how they take that as, oh, you uppity nigga.
Right. Or let's
don't call them that.
Okay, dust off them. I'm going
to show you how you think.
Well, Al, I think you had an experience of how I deal with that after the last show we did.
Okay, like, ooh, glory.
That's how I deal with hecklers.
But and we're going to get to how to deal with it in just a second. But I just want to bring up this conversation that Christopher Jones always likes
Big
to
Chris and Duke. The
we
Duke.
Need to get Chris on the show. We need to get Chris on the show for
yes. Yeah, no, because Chris will take over the damn show.
And we'll kick his ass.
Hey, I guarantee you, if Chris would have been at that school like he was at that debate,
they would have shot him.
Oh.
They would have shot him.
But the reason I bring Chris up is because he is vehemently against LeVar Ball. Now, yes, LeVar Ball, for you guys who don't know, he's
the father.
The father of Lonzo
so am
Ball.
I. The guy is just destroying his son's
Okay, but
game.
I think this is how I see it. Is he a big mouth? Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think, to your point, when you brought up the arrogance, this is what made me think about it. Society in general, and even a lot of black people, aren't used to seeing a very strong black man. Now, to me, I want to know, would you guys be fine if he says, well, Lonzo, you going to do all right?
No. Here's the problem. The problem isn't the son. If the son wants to be arrogant and stuff like that, that's one thing because he has to play the game.
Yeah.
He has to do those things.
But he did well the other game.
No, he did. But my point is, because his father, it's just like when LeBron James' mom was, you getting in the stand, he was like, Mom, sit your damn ass down.
Yeah.
It affects the child.
But to a lot of other people's points,
because his father ain't playing the game. It's his son.
But I love it. I honestly love it simply because we need to see more of that with our kids. We don't hear a lot of that. I'm not saying it doesn't exist because I can talk to my father on an everyday basis and he says you can do whatever you put your mind to. God has not shortchanged. You are this, you are that. All the time.
Maybe LeVar is the voice and Lonzo is the action.
It could be.
That's true, but the problem with that is you're making your son a target. That's
okay, but that's fine.
But they're going to make him a target anyway because he's a rookie.
And so the point that I even really brought up to that is the institution or the false idea of white supremacy. They don't want to see a confident black nobody.
True.
Because if you're confident and you're black, you need to sit down because they're used to us being submissive.
Wait, hold on 1 second. If you see that the camera is moving right now, it's because Belle the Wonder Pup has got her paw on it. So if it's shaking it like that, I'm going to do that disclaimer. So go ahead, I'm sorry.
Not an earthquake.
Yeah, it's not an earthquake, right.
Although we're having some earthquake weather.
Yes, we are.
What I like about LeVar is this. Even though he talks a lot.
He's outspoken, yeah.
He really loves his son.
Yes.
And they love him.
Yes.
Yeah, they love their dad. Now, if it was more dads that were doing that to their sons, hey, like even at the draft, he was saying that I'll see y'all here in a couple of years. My other son will be here.
Exactly.
Speaking into existence.
He loves his son. So why isn't more people praising him for being a good dad opposed to a deadbeat? If he was a deadbeat, he'd be all over
that.
Because it's a two-edged sword here. White folks in general aren't used to seeing black men in that position. To your point with LeBron. Who did you see? His mama.
Right.
What do you see when the athlete gets chosen?
Kevin Durant. His mama.
Mm-hmm. So to see a black, and this ain't a little black man.
Right.
This is a big boisterous black man.
6'4", I believe.
I think he's 6'6".
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
So Dr. Francis Quest Welsing, the late great psychologist to the black community, talked about that, how black men, even just the black, I'm going to say it, penis, is a threat to white society because what does it do to white people?
My 8 inches shouldn't be a threat to anybody.
But it waters down whiteness, okay?
Okay.
So white people aren't used to seeing black men in that position. It's scary to them. And on the other side, black people aren't used to seeing us take that position like, damn, he's not scared. He ain't bucking and shucking. We're used to that.
Well, didn't we get that reaction when I ran for office where people were coming at me? They were coming for me and I wasn't backing down?
Right, because you're supposed to be like a lot of politicians. Oh, well, yeah, boss of y'all, I was going to do the work of everybody. Mm-hmm. You're like, I'm going to do the work that needs to be done per my district, whether you're Mexican, white, black, everybody's going to get served, but you didn't go in there on a lie. You went in there being yourself, and so that is the issue. So how do we deal with teaching our children how to deal with white supremacy and how to stand up to it? First of all, it comes from them knowing who they are. They're not going to know who they are. See, I tell you this, and again, I don't say a lot about my daughter and myself to say we're all that, but my daughter didn't go to the university not knowing who she was.
Right.
She already knew that hell from the elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
So she knew that first of all, she knew they had the smarts enough to know, okay, I know this is going to be some real bullshit.
Yeah, so let me prepare.
Yeah, this white lady's pulling me into the office, probably to subjugate me.
Well, I can say this. When I met Deanna for the first time, whatever, even, and interacting with her, she's about her business. She's about her business. She wants her money. I mean, she will come knock on that door. I mean, it's business.
Very smart.
Yes. But I would think all of us who know her would know the first thing she is a bully, or, hey, you don't be telling me what to do. Hey, teacher, I'm going to tell you.
She's about her business. That. She handles her business. So
the lady I'm not even going to call her professor. Mm-hmm. I'm going to call her racist, what she is. She tried to, she found out that day that she had the wrong one. Mm-hmm. I mean, to me, it makes me wonder how many people has she pulled in her office before and did that to.
Can I ask you this as a mother?
Hopefully that's the last.
Yeah. Right. Can I ask you this as a mother? Maybe she might be on her way out.
Right,
too.
hopefully.
As a mother, how do you feel about that? Do you feel helpless? Do you feel...
No, I don't feel helpless. I was mad, but I don't feel helpless because I know I prepared her. Okay. I prepared her to deal with that. It hurts, and it hurt her because I think although, my daughter's very dark-skinned. And she's very confident for her
beautiful dark skin. Just reminds me of my grandmother.
She's very confident for a dark-skinned woman. Mm-hmm. But, to experience...
Built like her aunt. Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
But to experience that and have... because she screwed up her education.
Of course. Young people. Yeah. We all sat on the quad at RCC.
She's serious. So she's like, for one thing, there ain't no way. I don't care how you feel about me. You're going to come in the way of my education. Regardless of how you feel about me. Right. So it hurt for her to experience racism that close.
And at this day and age, to be directly...
And the same, because I know where you come from. That's why you ain't shit. And she pretty much, for lack of a better word, said, I don't even know how you got here.
Mm-hmm. But I'm here. So what can you do? I'm already here.
And it was not her place or her business to even do that. But that was her way of saying, listen, I'm the white one, the right one in the room. You the black one, the wrong one. And so from now on, you need to do as I say. Otherwise, I'm going to make life hard for you.
And also, people got to understand, Deanna isn't the typical young black woman. She's 25 years old, no children.
No children. Like you said, she's focused. She's about her business. And I've always heard that about her. Even when she was young, she's very mature for her age. Well, I mean, because
she's watched what you were doing. Yeah. She's paying attention.
She get it from her mom.
Well, thank you, guys. But that's important. We talked about it on your show a few minutes ago, how the mother is the first teacher. And so as a mother, if you're showing your kids the nonsense all day long and how to be cute and about my body and all this other stuff,
that's all you got to offer.
Right, then that's what they're going to learn. But if you say, you know what, don't rest on pretty, do something else. The pretty is just an enhancement. That's the eye candy per se. But once you get them there, open your mouth and let them know I'm about something.
Right.
When she was going through that, when I heard listened to the recording, it reminded me of a few seasons ago on Power when...
That Donovan doesn't watch.
A few seasons on Power when Ghost's daughter, she was trying out for this play. She wanted the lead role. They didn't give it to her.
Okay.
She was far better than the white girl that got it. And so Tasha went to the school and says, hey, my daughter can out-sing the girl, out-dance her. Why isn't she getting a part? So the lady was like, she didn't want to give it to her, in lack of a better words, because she was the black girl.
Of course.
So this is what Tasha did. She looked off to the side and saw that the school was lacking in funds. So Tasha was like, hey, she donated. They gave her the part. When Ghost found out about it, he was upset because she got it off the mother paying money opposed to letting her get it off of her talent.
Her talent, right.
Well, I don't watch the show anymore because it's a very dark show. It's the other things I like to put into my mind. It's a good show, but it's too dark for me. However, with the episode that you just described, how powerful would it have been if she would have just took her daughter out to school? But yet she keeps fueling the problem by giving the money, the institution who's racist against her daughter, more money.
But what I got out of it was this. Before, when she went out for the part, she lost it. And so she came home crying. Ghost did what LeVar did. He instilled positivity in her. He says, hey, don't worry about it this time. practice harder, sing more, dance more. But, you'll get it next year.
And you brought up the video you put on last week about the racism and how some people are benefiting just because they're white. That video, right?
Yes.
No matter how hard you sing, how good you dance, or any of that kind of stuff, if you are in a racist situation, they don't give a shit about that. Hell, like you said, black people are just gifted in everything, just anatomically, everything we've done. We are just more gifted. So I don't think that's a question. But if you go into a white institution that's racist, there's nothing you can do. There's the only thing you can do is withdraw your black dollars and go put it into black things. Now, yes, my daughter is predominantly going to a white university is where she wanted to go. Until she goes somewhere else, she is going to benefit from, because her father, I think I was talking to you. No, Jeremiah actually was telling me about it. He says another thing she needs to bring up.
Jeremiah!
That her father was a veteran and is allowing her the opportunity to go there, paid for in full.
By the state.
Right. Because of the sacrifices that he made. So she deserves to be there. But we need to stop fueling these racist institutions. For one, we need to stop taking it and just walking away. And two, we need to stop giving them our money and making them aware that, hey, this is not all right.
So you think in white institutions like Duke and Baylor and even Pepperdine and where Deanna's going, when they see black kids on campus, does that make them upset?
I don't. It just depends on the university. I think some of them have to have them there by quota and all that other stuff. However, I would say a lot of those universities, I don't want to say anything bad about the students that go there. A lot of them aren't awake, the black students. And so,
well, here's what I think. It depends on what kind of black student.
That's what I was just about to say, yeah.
You can go to a school, okay? It's like in the military. You come in there. We don't care all walks of life where you're from. Leave your bullshit at the door. You know what I mean? So, so if you come to the school, let's say to a Pepperdine, and you're coming there, hey, gang, and hey, I'm doing it. They don't want you there.
Yeah, we're going to get you out of here.
We're going to get you out of here. But if you go there in a mindset of being a serious student, not a distraction to other students and what they're doing. I'm not saying conform, because that's why you have the Greek fraternities and all that other stuff. But, if you go in there trying to, and my mom used to say this all the time, you can't change shit looking on the outside in.
Right.
You got to infiltrate from the inside, then change.
Okay, so I have a two-part question here. What's the difference between the white boys who go and act the goddamn fool on campus, drinking and all this other stuff? That's just what they do.
Right.
But if Ray and Pookie, as you would like to say, goes in there and they're maybe not as, their definition, as polished, then, they're a problem. They're a distraction. What's the difference?
The difference is the white people are in power.
Okay.
Yes,
so
that's the difference.
That's a good point.
Yeah, they're in power. That's the difference.
But a lot of white people don't like it when their people act that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
then they become, to them, trailer trash.
Are you familiar with the it's an anthem in the South, and it's all the Southern states sing this anthem. It's their unofficial national anthem.
National anthem?
It's their unofficial national anthem.
Amazing Grace?
No. You should know you're from Houston.
I don't care.
Okay, I'm going to sing it. I'm not Teddy Pendergrass, but I'm close.
Okay.
Just the good old boys.
The Dukes of Hazzard?
Hey,
never meaning no harm.
John Schneider, Tom Woolcat, Catherine Bach, James Best, Ben Jones, Sorrell Book, Sonny Schroeder. It came on from 79 through 85.
85, that's right. And they even had a cartoon show. They even had a cartoon.
Yes, they did in the 80s when Cohen Vance took over.
That's it.
Only thing about the Dukes of Hazzard, they took them off TNN, CNN because of the Confederate flag.
And CMT.
Yeah. They took the show off because of the Confederate flag.
That's right.
I was a little pissed off because I love the Dukes of Hazzard.
Right, but that's the unofficial thing. Just the good old boys. Never meaning no harm. Beat all you ever saw. Been in trouble with the law since the day they were born. That's it.
Straight
Chasing the girls. Yeah. You know?
That is too damn
well, goddamn, it used to come on Friday night.
That's right.
Here's the lineup. It used to come on Friday nights.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. They kind of changed it around on Friday because Incredible Hulk came on before them.
Y'all some damn TV walking.
Then the Dukes of Hazzard. Then Dallas.
Right.
Then Falcon Crest.
Falcon Crest on Channel 2, CBS.
Y'all watch too much damn TV, okay? I said that before.
And then who was the Academy Award-winning actress that starred in Falcon Crest?
I wasn't a Falcon Crest fan.
Wait. And she was married to Ronald Reagan.
I wasn't a Falcon Crest fan.
Jane Wyman.
That's probably why I didn't watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
See, in the South, black people, they hate the Dukes of Hazzard, but they love some Dynasty.
Yes.
They don't know shit about that.
Yes. Now it's all about loving hip hop and Atlanta Housewives.
And didn't we really turn up? I didn't watch Dynasty, but everybody watched the scene when Diane Carroll slapped.
Yes.
The shit out
And they were fighting in the pool.
Yeah, that was
in the fountain or whatever.
It was like woo! And, I think Diane Carroll was fired up.
Yes, and that was your girl Claudine.
Claudine, she brought it to Dynasty, didn't she? But yeah, so I mean that's how you teach. You have to educate your children. Everybody else educates their children. I don't care if it's Koreans, Hispanics, white people. They educate their children of who they are.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop you right there.
Does homeschooling really work?
No.
Yes.
That's what I want to know. Does it
work?
Yes.
No. It works in the curriculum, but the problem with homeschooling is they're not socialized.
But now they're having like charter schools and stuff like that, where they're allowing them to get out and do stuff.
Yeah,
but
and
they say
that's
homeschool
the biggest
children
thing.
do the best
Academically,
yes.
But socialization, they're
Unibombers.
fucked. Yeah, they are fucked. But let me ask you this as just a general question. So, Deanna's going through all these things. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, what do you think the outcome of this is going to be?
Well, she's going to go meet with the dean at 2:00.
Get your money, Deanna.
Well, no, to me, we're not trying to take this from a litigious standpoint. Mm-hmm. What I wrote, I helped her fashion an email, is that she needs to feel safe in her classrooms because she's not there, just for free. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's free to her, but somebody had to pay the damn price. And she deserves to not be targeted. Now, I don't know what they need to do with the professor. They need to remove her or whatever.
Because you have some professors that are just for tenure. They don't even give a damn.
Right.
Or for a check.
Yeah, well, she just made it clear that I've been here for a professor forever, so you're going to take the bullshit I'm going to do to you.
Right. And okay, so the teacher's thought is, I've been here since the Confederacy.
Pretty much.
And so since I've been here this long, I have, and she does have a right to think how she wants to, but times have changed and you've got to change with it.
Well, there's one major part to that is a lot of people, and I'm going to say it like it is, this may be with a race card, there's a lot of white people feel that black people are inferior to them, inferior in every way, shape, or form, and so... Which
doesn't make sense since the first human was found in Africa.
Right, I mean, but hell, Donovan, even on social media we see that.
I know.
I'm white and you're black. Even if my point is wrong as the day is long, I'm white and I'm right.
Right.
But all white ain't right.
But I know, but they think intellectually we can't hang with them.
And we were talking about that before the show, like as in there's a meme out there with Melania Trump showing her thong. White people are up in arms and upset. Oh, that's so disrespectful.
Or it's fake.
Oh, and it probably is fake. It's Photoshop.
I saw it and thought it was
her
fake.
booty is probably
fake. But the point is, they're outraged. How dare you disrespect the first?
Where's all this damn outrage?
Wait. The first lady of the United States, who's not even a citizen, number one.
Right.
And she's not even attractive.
But the point is, though, they're outraged by that, but when they were putting gorilla and everything against Michelle Obama,
calling her a man,
that was okay,
right? Yeah, where was all this outrage in? That's why I tell these white folks, you know what? I just
don't call our racism out, please.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just try that with somebody else who's gonna sit up there and you're right. Try that with those type of people.
Sure.
But don't try to tell me you outraged. And we know why you're outraged because we always talk about how the white woman is the most beloved person in society. Melania, like you said, she ain't from here. We done seen her.
She's
ass
not a
and
citizen.
her titties
She's not a citizen.
And her twat. Mm-hmm. But yet she's just elegant. She's a symbol of elegancy. How? Where?
How? Yeah. By whose definition?
If anybody's an elegant woman, it was Michelle Obama. But this lady couldn't do nothing wrong.
And she does. You can tell she does not love Trump.
What?
No. That's an arrangement. That's an arrangement.
Okay.
That's an arrangement. Because let's face it, the guy's got this super big comb over. His hair looks totally ridiculous. He's an outright liar. Yeah, he's an outright liar. The guy's not a billionaire. He won't release his taxes. The guy's full of shit. It's simple as that.
And he has no lips.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so we're supposed to remain silent when it comes to that because I saw all the people came on and your posting was kind of upset, but it's like, yeah, it's funny. It was funny, just like it was funny to you when they was talking about Michelle Obama and you thought the shit was funny. It's funny.
Isn't that hypocritical? Isn't that hypocritical?
And I hard, goddamn it. I'm not gonna. It's funny to me too.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do exactly to them.
But you're not what supposed to, though.
But
you're supposed to take it and love it and shut the hell up about it.
But see, this is another thing that I always make sure people know. Just like Al's a veteran, I'm a veteran. When I'm a veteran, unlike these motherfuckers that didn't serve, I can say what the fuck I want to say, even if I'm wrong, because I picked up.
And because y'all served, I can say what the fuck I want to say.
That's right. You damn right. You damn right.
You know, I think being a veteran, it has its advantages.
It does.
Like, I remember once, recently, me and my kids went into Wendy's, and I asked them, did they have military discount? Now, one Wendy's I went into, they had it. This one didn't. Right, she asked the manager.
Which they could have given you the senior discount just to be done with it.
Right.
And she asked the manager, and the manager says no. But the girl says, my brother is in the Army right now. I'm going to give you my discount.
There you go. But you know what I'm saying? But they'll give discounts to somebody because you're a certain age, but they won't give it to you because you served in the military.
Just give it to me.
Just give it to you.
It ain't coming out your check. Just give it to me.
Right. So right now we have a Taco Bell right over here.
I'm asking for extra nugget, even though that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, we have a Taco Bell right over here in front of the base here. And they got new ownership, and the ownership went away with the military discount.
Really? Right by the base?
Went right by the base over here. And because of that, they lost so much money because the military people would
they should. They should
go over there anymore, because we're not asking for a lot. Just give us, whatever the discount is. So I think recently I was told that they reinstituted.
It take you to lose a lot of money.
To do that. I mean, I know it's only nickels and dimes to them, but that shit adds up.
That's not the point. I mean, thank you. I mean,
you're right in front of the base.
Right? Yeah. Who else is going to come over there on a regular basis but people
in Moreno Valley?
Even when I boarded the flight to come out here, once they did the A group, they said military and veterans.
Right.
Military veterans. And before, I was just going all the way to the back in the C group or whatever.
With the black folks.
Back of the bus.
And so when you board and you show me a military discount,
your ID.
For the last 4 or 5 times, thank you for your service.
Yes, exactly.
Not saying it, they put their hand on my shoulder. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, because it's really, really
I'm
important.
doing that because I just love touching.
Yeah. But it's really, really important. But in conclusion of this, I want to talk to Al about his misadventures at the VA. But in conclusion, Deanna.
No, I just, and I make it quick. Just teach your children who they are, so that way when they go out into the world, wherever it is, other people won't try to tell them who they are or try to subjugate them due to their false idea of white supremacy.
Right, and I'm glad Deanna handled it the way she is, because if she was raised ratchet,
been all up on, let me tell you what happened.
World star, whatever. So
so
Deanna,
she was really one step ahead of the professor, opposed to the professor trying to come down.
Well, toward the end of the conversation, the professor was shook.
Well, the professor, based on her prejudices, thought Deanna was going to react a certain way, and Deanna did not.
She realized she made a mistake.
Yes, so
she didn't know who her mama was.
So it looks like we're going to have a big sponsor coming up. Big old checks.
Okay.
We're going to be blowing it up. But
how can we make this go away?
Exactly. But for Loving the Skin Eye Man, we got our special guest, Al Jackson, all the way from Houston. Al, as a veteran, we were talking about veterans issues. Tell us about your experience at the VA. Because this is going to be a long process, like I told you to do it, but you started the process, which is the important thing. You're a Navy veteran. You served in the Navy. You did 4 years or 6 years? 4. You did 4, and that's all you need to do. And you've done your time. Now you're getting these aches and pains, and I see you walking with the limp, and your skin doesn't seem as bright as it used to be.
That's California.
But what happened when you initially went? I mean, for people that might be listening, and we have a lot of veterans in this area. When you start your journey, because at first you didn't know what was going on.
I know nothing.
So when you left the military, they didn't give you any kind of transition to say, hey, get your medical records, go to the VA, let them check you out, blah, 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 blah.
It's unfortunate. I've been out since 94. And it wasn't until I came here in December, until speaking with you and Dee, saying, hey, get your DD-214. I didn't know anything about that. They gave it to me when I got out.
Right, you took it and wiped your ass with it and kept walking.
Put it away, don't know what happened to it.
Right.
And so when you're trying to get your benefits, starting with your ID card and all of that, you're going to have some patience.
Yes.
Because even here, trying to sign up for just the application for the DD-214, I was getting impatient. I was ready to go. Like, look.
Yeah, he in the lobby. I'm like, look, relax.
PTSD. Sounds like PTSD.
Yeah.
Sounds like PTSD.
You should be on the phone with him when he's driving home. I'm like, let me. I got some money, so let me go.
You kind of feel like you're in LA traffic.
Yeah, exactly. So let me ask you this: the hardest part it's actually starting the application process.
Yeah.
So you started the application process. They gave you a start date for them to come in. And I remember you called me and you had said that some guy had said, hey, we don't do this and we don't do that. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. I got there.
They gave you the evaluation.
They gave me the evaluation. I did the lab work first. Mm-hmm. Then I went to go see the doctor.
Yeah, they're going to have you go running all over the hospital.
And so the doctor was like knocking on me, asking me how much I weighed. She was telling me how long she had been there. And so... is there anything that's aching you or paining you? And I told her, I get little headaches here and there.
Joints.
And so she was like, well, I'm going to prescribe you to this. Go here. So when I left there, then I had to go downstairs to talk to a benefits counselor.
Right.
That's where I started to get frustrated at. Because no one telling me nothing.
He basically assessed you from his desk when that wasn't his job.
Yeah, and he's like, well, I don't think you really qualify for anything.
Wasn't his job.
Who are you to... We don't give a shit what you think.
Just hand me the paper.
And so you got to have some patience. Mine was very thin that day. I would have rather have gone to work and dealt with those bullshit coworkers than to be there all day. Right. Because it's an all-day process.
Yeah, so you started the paperwork. So you're waiting for another evaluation in regards to your claim, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're waiting for that. But in the meantime, did they give you your VA ID card?
That was the first thing I did. After I got the DD-214, then I went to the hospital, and then they gave me the card that day.
Okay, good.
Well, they had to mail it to me.
Mail it to you, yeah. So you got that going. So now you got that with your little Navy symbol on there and like that. So
because before, it has changed, because when I was in, it was green and white.
Well, no, that was the military thing. Okay. Now they have the white and whatever, and they have a cat card now where the ID cards are actually white. And
even still, I hate to say it, is that because I had asked you the last time, I know it's a valid ID, government ID.
It's a valid government
when
ID.
I was at TSA and I showed them that, they still asking for something else.
She was just ignorant. She didn't know.
And you're going to be dealing with that. As a matter of fact, speaking of ID, January 11th, I believe, TSA is going to be rejecting state ID cards.
Really?
Why?
Because they have no way of verifying if you actually live at the address that is on your state.
So what are
certain states. So what? And I'm not against what they're doing. I have an idea. What they want to try to do is do a national ID card type situation, and California is one of those states that is going to be. That card is not going to be any good as far as TSA is concerned.
But you know what? I know next show we'll have to talk about this, but all the stuff that you're talking about with the ID cards,
Big Brother, and
there's levels to this.
Yes, and they're taking your rights away very, very slowly. But they're going to start rejecting that because even though your thing says this, there's no way to verify if you live there. And California people move all the time, so you have no way of verifying.
So what's the point of doing it then?
It's a tracking system.
Well, yeah, it's a tracking system, and then it's also a way to make the states comply to federal regulations because every state is different. So
you're gonna have to use your driver's license and then another ID.
Certain states, depending, they might say we're not taking your California driver's ID. You're gonna have to come up with something else.
So what is it? You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. when I first got the military ID card and I flew here for you folks in Houston, it's up here, not down. Right. When I flew up here and I showed the lady my card, she's like, "Well, I need some other identification." Right. So when I came back here in April for her birthday, I was worried that wasn't going to be enough, so I had to wind up getting a passport. Right.
Exactly.
And you know what? Speaking with all of that, with the IDs and stuff, I was reading an article. They're saying that we may be in for one of the biggest viruses. Like, I don't know if it's like the flu, because 100 years ago, it was a big one and wiped a whole lot of people out. And so they're saying that it's on the rise, and I'm like,
no, they're putting out bioweapons.
Oh yes,
I remember a couple years ago on Skid Row in LA where they had that big TB breakout.
Ebola was a big thing in Africa. Yes. I'm like, these people think they sleep.
Yes,
and see when you say Ebola. For us folks in Texas, Ebola is not what you get at Chipotle.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the burrito bowl.
Not the burrito bowl. Exactly. So, but yeah, they're going to start coming out and they're going to start rejecting certain IDs. So you're either going to be forced to get a passport. They want to get a national, and I'm not against that. But the thing is, though, if you're going to mandate that to us,
give us the money to take care.
Yes, give us the money to take care of it, and that's where Trump is like blackmailing these states to do his will. If you don't do this, we're going to hold funding from you.
And you also saw what they did with the banks.
Yes.
They basically loosened, or even to some degree took away regulations for people to sue them under a class action, and basically taking away the measures that hold the banks accountable when they screw over people like you and me with our debit cards and all that other stuff.
Exactly, and that's pretty much where we're going. But back to the VA aspect of it. So now that your paperwork is started, I guess the next step would be for them to get your records.
Yes.
And do that. And you've been out since 96?
94.
94. So hopefully your records were destroyed in that fire in St. Louis. So then they got to take your word for it. But if it wasn't, they're going to get your records, and then they're going to review your records and go through your records. But at the same time, you're getting older. So a lot of stuff that you did in the Navy and you're starting to have problems right now might be related to that. And the only way that you're going to figure that out is let them make that decision.
Let them decide.
Because I got 3 appointments coming up.
There you go.
Next month.
Make sure you get your mileage.
And in January.
Make sure you get your mileage and all that other good stuff like that. So.
And he was saying too, I don't know if this is true for you, but I guess every time you go, they have to take blood.
Yeah, they take your blood, which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. They're going to take your blood every time you go, because what it does, it's a way to monitor. Your situation. And if you're white, like me, when I go, sometimes my white blood cells are up, sometimes they're down, because I got my situation.
Because that day when I went, I had to take blood twice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It didn't bother me the first time, but I guess the second time that I was mad.
Yeah,
they didn't have no chips and no juice for me. You're gonna be down there, you're gonna get hungry.
Right. Well, occasionally they give away that free coffee, so stop by that free coffee mart.
I told you to go down to where they had that cafeteria. I'm like, y'all veterans got it going on.
I was so mad I wasn't even hungry.
I'd take my ass down there.
Here's what you need to do. Now that you're in the system, you have to get your veteran hat.
They have those hats.
Yes, you can get one on eBay for $9. Just get you a veteran hat, and that way when you go, or get your little biker vest that I've got.
Oh gosh, poor single mother.
Yeah. And because now you're part of that system, and wear your little veterans thing. I'm telling you, when people identify you, and let's say you're out there talking crazy, think about it. or like me, when I'm out there talking crazy, or people think I'm talking crazy.
Yeah.
They say, well, he's a veteran. What can you tell him?
His ass is missing a few.
Yeah, but what can you tell him?
Some damn way.
He served. What can you tell him? So, but now you got to start playing the part and doing that. And like I told you, when you go there, listen to those Korean World War II Vietnam guys. They will tell you their stories. And remember this: you're in a building full of trained killers.
Yeah.
I don't know how those people work there. Because some of those people, I've sat in the lobby before in the waiting room, and it's like.
Yeah, when some of those Vietnam vet guys go off, I get up and I go into I go down the hall, because you don't know how that's going to pop off.
You'll hear some war stories. I even heard one from a lady who was in the waiting room before I saw the counselor, and she was just talking about, hey, I was in the Air Force this many days.
Oh yeah, they're gonna talk you to death with their stories.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you this: appeal. And if you get to a point to where you can't, then you would go get help, get a lawyer. I have a lawyer. I'm ready at 90%. I need 10 more %. I've been fighting to get that 10% for almost 4.5 years now. The hardest part is to get that 10% because it's a difference between $1,000 if I get the 10%.
Yeah.
It's hard to get it. And they're going to deny you. And they want to frustrate you to where you're not going to do anything. But I'm telling you, if you stick with it, you've already lost a whole bunch of money on that table. Yes. Deanna's father, he's been fighting for years. He finally got his.
He's over 100%.
Yes. So, my total rating is over 140. Yeah. But whatever their numbers are.
I thought their duties was 260 something.
But then, however they do the calculation, whatever. So don't give up the fight. Get what you deserve. You served. We've got to take care of you. And it's also good for our listeners. If you have veterans, Uncle Ruckus and Uncle Ray that served, okay, me and Dee talk about a lot of time. We niggas don't have insurance, so you can get VA insurance, put on these guys life insurance, and it's a secondary medical. I know you work
on the table,
right? So if you get sick, your primary guy gives you a prescription. Have the VA fill it out for free. I mean, there's
because they gave me a book and they told me what group I was
benefits,
in,
right?
And any medicine that I need, I can get it right there at the hospital. Because when they gave me the pills for my headache, and I was having a little dry skin here, they sent me down to the pharmacy. Right. I'm pulling out my wallet. Like, sir.
Yep, you got it. And then in some situations, you can go to Walmart and it'll already be taken care of right there on the voucher. So Dee, we got a couple seconds left. DK Show on Facebook Live, Sundays at 3 p.m. And if you missed that, check out her YouTube channel, Demetra K. A lot of good stuff. A lot of haterade is going on over there. And it's all right, because if you're not paying attention, we're not doing our job if you're not commenting. So please comment, like, and share. Al, we want to thank you for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
I'm definitely gonna want your critique after I do all the editing and stuff. And I want to say a big shout out to our mutual friend Ebony, who's out there in Utah. She's got her little romance thing going on, and congratulations to her. And we'll catch you guys again next week.